Hello everyone, my name is James Jarvis from GamesRadar Plus, and today I'm joined by Louise, also from GamesRadar Plus.
Hello, yes, we've been checking out Until Dawn, the PS4 exclusive horror game that's releasing on August the 28th.
We've gone and played through the first 4 chapters and wanted to show you what this game is all about, so here are 7 things we didn't expect to see in Until Dawn.
When God is gone and the devil takes hold, who'll have mercy on my soul?
Number 1. Explanations for exactly what cause leads to what effect.
Until Dawn revolves around small decisions affecting whether your characters live or die. The connection sometimes isn't immediately obvious or even that logical.
But thankfully you can get at least an explanation for how innocuous decision A led to violent demise B through the explanatory butterfly menu.
This menu is a series of cookie-cutter butterfly outlines when the game starts, but as you progress, each grows into a miniature flickbook that expands each time a critical butterfly effect decision is made. Flipping between cause and effect gives clear explanations of how you messed up and where you did it along the way.
Number 2. Character stats that affect the gameplay.
The game makes a point of giving its cast members distinct personality traits that end up being critical to part of the gameplay.
At the beginning of the game, each character is stamped with 5 adjectives. These include honesty, whether they're funny, if they're brave, romantic, and that describes their personality, and each of these traits is on a sliding scale.
The different choices you make as that character will cause them to move up or down those scales, and change how they interact with other characters in the game, which affects a similar relationship scale and alters how they interact with each other.
Number 3. It has detective elements with different mysteries to solve.
Until Dawn really contains 3 major mysteries to solve: who's stalking the teenagers, what happened to 2 friends who have gone missing, and what is it about the land the cabin is built on that makes it so strange.
Clues for all 3 of these can be found by exploring the cabin and the surrounding grounds, and the more you find as a single character, the more they'll divulge to their friends when the time comes.
That means that you get stronger theories about what the kids are facing, and to be honest, anything helps when you don't know what you're dealing with.
Number 4. You get hints about possible futures.
Though Until Dawn leaves you guessing, it likes to help you along the way with clues that let you see into the future.
Throughout the game, you're going to find a series of Native American totems with butterflies engraved into them. The colour band around those butterflies indicates what kind of information it imparts. It can show a character dying, warning about danger, suggesting good fortune.
Now, you may not see those futures depending on the choices you make, but paying close attention can help you figure out how to avoid death or find good fortune, even if it's on your second playthrough.
And we all like avoiding death.
That's true.
Number 5. There's homages to Silent Hill, Shattered Memories, and The Shining, and plenty of other horror films.
Yeah, although Until Dawn draws the majority of its inspiration from 80s slasher films, it has a deeper understanding of horror than it first lets on.
In the preview we saw, there's a strong homage to Silent Hill, Shattered Memories as you interact with a psychologist through therapy sessions where you're tasked with answering questions related to the game. The psychologist seems to know something you don't and gets more aggressive the longer the sessions go on, almost exactly like Shattered Memories. If this is an accident, it's a remarkable one.
The homage to The Shining appears as well, with the snowbound cabin the kids are trapped in, as it was built on the site of an old hotel, which has a caretaker who wasn't entirely stable. There are also strong hints that the mountain is the site of a Native American burial ground, much like in Kubrick's film.
Add in the fact that they're in a cabin in the woods, and you've got the cabin in the woods as a direct influence, you've also got The Evil Dead, you've got Tucker vs. Dale, you've got every horror film you could possibly think of in there. Number 6. There's remnants of its previous move-based gimmicks.
Once upon a time, Until Dawn was a game designed to work with the PlayStation Move. That idea was ultimately scrapped and the game was redone to use traditional controls. Some of those gimmicks still live on with the use of the DualShock 4's gyroscope and PlayStation camera.
For instance, during moments where the game wants your character to hold very still, it will challenge you to do the same and tell you to hold the controller completely stationary so the light bar doesn't move. If it does, you'll lose the minigame and possibly your life.
Also, if you plug in the PlayStation camera, the game will take a snapshot of you during a series of pre-selected cheap shots, which are mostly jump scares, to record your reaction.
Whether anyone ends up liking this mechanic or whether they'll actually plug their camera in to see themselves looking terrified remains to be seen, but it's interesting to see Supermassive playing towards mechanics that were originally dumped entirely. Number 7. There's an episodic breakdown.
Pulling inspiration from the likes of adventure games and TV serials, Until Dawn is broken up into chapters that serve as separate episodes. Each one starts with a previously on Until Dawn segment that breaks down your choices so far.
This can be annoying if you're playing it all in one sitting, because there's no real break between when the last episode ends and a new one begins.
However, if you scare easily and need to take frequent breaks, it ends up being a pretty handy tool to keep you appraised of your different decisions. So that is our 7 things we didn't expect to see in Until Dawn. Keep it here on GamesRadar for more when the game comes out next month.
Enjoy.
Alright, don't move. I'm coming in.
Better hurry up before some other hunky beefcake gets here.
That was a pretty sweet video, right? If you want to see more, go to GamesRadar's YouTube page over here. Or if you want to read, maybe up your game a little bit, go to GamesRadar.com.